Hello, it's Thursday the 28th of August 2025. Welcome along to the channel The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. I'm wearing the wrong top, am I? Whoops. But as always, it's not my story. It's not your story. Today's story is all about Race Day McLaren Artura GT4 Part 2, with the intention, by hook or by crook, to complete this event. And that'll be a lot easier said than done, I think. Right, okay, let's share the game. There we go. Let's have some audio. Boom. Okay, so yesterday we got all the way, if we go in, to stage 5, and we completed the first 2 goals. And at that point we did hit, or we're very close to hitting, the $M cap. So my general rule of thumb is the moment I hit the $M cap, I stop racing and start the next day. So here we are, the next day starting. Right, so yesterday was a struggle session. Specifically stage 2 goal 4, and frankly the whole of stage 4. Very unusual challenges, to say the least. So far stage 5 has been okay. It's just been go as fast as you can, which, yeah, I'm not the best at doing that, but I'm a lot better than staying 15th when 14th is slow and 16th want to overtake you and the 5 cars in front. But hopefully we won't have that today. So let's start off, and don't worry, it won't be a short stream. If we do complete this, we'll have some racing in the series this car then drops into. So yeah, plenty of racing this evening. So goal 3, overtake 5 of your opponents on the track. You'll need to be aggressive, and finish the race with an average speed of 125 miles per hour and prove your skills. Now it's interesting it says aggressive there, because it doesn't actually say you can't go off track and you can't bump into people. So interesting. I mean, again, on this track I'm not sure there's any real advantage going off track anywhere. Don't think so anyway. We'll have a look. And it might take me a couple of goes to get back into the swing of things, so to speak. Yeah, there's one already. Come on. Places like that maybe. Okay, there we go. We are about to start lap 1. 2 laps to go, and I've got to get 125 as well. That bit might be a bit hard. And again, it might not be. I think I was over there. I'm over again. Ooh, how about that? Don't make any mistakes, Tony. Oh, you had to say that. Oh, that were nice. There we go, that's 5 overtakes done. I've just got to keep the miles per hour average up. I'm not going to do it like that though. Oh, like that. Oh dear. So I've dropped behind a little bit. Come on. Let's boost this. Okay, so we didn't cross it at the finish line, but we're well up now. Okay, we're 2.5 miles up in terms of per hour. Can I keep it? Come on. That'll help. Thank God I can go off track and hit the cars, because otherwise I might be struggling. There you go. Oh man. What a quick start to this evening's event. Goal 3 completed. Ozil enters the chat on the YouTube side and says, "Hello, how are you doing, man?" I'm doing very well. I mean, I've just completed one of the goals. I've got to be happy. Collect. 2 more goals to go. Ozil says, "Today I earned around 130 gold, well done, and around 800,000 dollars, also well done. I also spent 300,000 dollars today." Oh, I also spent, I don't understand last bit. Was it that you earned some ads? You earned money through ads? But yeah, well done. Well done indeed. I'm afraid early on it is a little bit of grafting. You don't get to have quite as much fun as what you do once you can't spend your R dollars. Although I'll be honest, I'm not sure I entirely enjoyed yesterday. It was a little bit of hardship getting through, especially stage 4. But here we are, stage 5, goal 4. Climb the ranks by finishing in the top 18th. Oh, I should do that easily. Oh, in the first lap. Oh, here we go. In the first lap, top 15th in the second. Oh no, in the second lap, and top 11th in the third lap. Your goal is to finish in the top 10. I'm going to have to read that again. Climb the ranks by finishing in top 18th in the first lap, top 15th in the second lap, and top 11th in the third lap. Your goal is to finish in the top 10. So does that mean I've got to be... I'm a little bit confused by that. Does that mean I've got to be 18th by the start of each lap, of lap 1? They really could do with writing the English a little bit better in this game, I tell you. The English is shocking, and it's honestly, it's been like that for a long time now. They need me so I can explain to them how English works, because they don't understand. I'm going to assume I need to get 2 cars overtaken before I start lap 1. And if that is the case, I'm alright. Why is the end of this stage, the end of this event, so easy in comparison? Or I just cursed myself. There you go, top 18. Top 15 by the end of the next lap. Man, this is easy. And Ozil said, yeah, I completed the amateur series. Need to start Pro-Am. So need to spend it to clear it easily. So it took 300,000 to buy 2 cars on almost max until it asked for gold. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Spend your dollars, save when it asks for gold. See how far you can get and just hold off until you've got plenty of gold is my attitude on that. So that is the right way. Keep building that gold. 130 gold in a day is pretty good. Right, I see 16th and 15th, so as long as I get these two, we'll be alright. Okay, there we go, that's 16th. So they did all that faffing around in stage 4, and honestly, up to this point, this looks an absolute breeze. There we go. In the top 15. I need to be in the top 11 by the start of lap 3, and I'm 14th. And I see 13, 12 and 11 ahead of me. Yes. Get in. So that struggle session we had yesterday looks to have been worthwhile. Look at that. So that's 12. Oh, sorry mate, sorry. And that's 11 and 10 ahead of me. Job done. And do you know what? It says in the top 10, so I'm going to finish 10th. There we go. That's it. I just need to get around the lap now. Aaron C. John enters the chat on the YouTube side and says hello. Hello, Aaron C. John. Massey Edge Gamer enters the chat also and says hello. Hello back. Welcome along. Welcome along to all of you. I hope you've had a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the racing this evening. It appears already to be so much better than yesterday's. How weird. At one point I was worried if I'd have to apply more upgrades, but I'm going to suggest not. So I'm going to stay in 10th, just in case there's a bot calculation going on in the background. No idea. It says finish at least 10th, so I'm finishing 10th. It's not that I want to do the minimum, I just know how these sneaky buggers work. Here we go. Here we go. Ozil says the BMW Experience Driving is asking for gold to upgrade. Asks for around 50 to 60 gold per upgrade. Yeah, hold off on that. Hold off on that. Well, if you can, of course. And Massey Edge Gamer says P9. No, P10. P10 was enough, I think. And Virtual Medical Doctor Ayaka says hello. Hello back. Welcome along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. It's a good start, I think, so long as that has actually completed. There we go. Boom. Goal 4 completed. 16 minutes in. One more goal to do. And then we're doing whatever series this car is in. Because there's 2 other cars as well. So plenty of racing yet to be done. Okay, so Ozil says, changing the subject, says, for the Jesco, you need to brake decades earlier, right, before a turn. So typically what you should find is, for most cars, you'll have a braking zone. And you'll have a marker on a particular track where you need to brake. For the hypercars, especially the hypercars that are super duper fast, yes, you need to brake before you hit the start of that braking zone, because they're just too quick. And even though the brakes aren't rubbish necessarily, they're just too fast. And Massage Gamer says 4%. Okay, right. What have we got going on? So, one more goal. I mean, look at that. It's an expensive car, but look at the skip, 25 gold. I don't think I've ever seen the skip so low. Take the checkered flag with a lead of at least 250 yards over your nearest opponent. To achieve this gold, you'll need to drive flawlessly and avoid taking damage or driving off track. Well, to be fair, that is more like what I would expect. So I'm going to service the car, and then I'm going to instantly service it with M dollars. Boom. Right, the PR required is 66.9 and my car has 67.5. So we're a bit ahead of other people. But we do have to drive forward. So we are in 10th. We have got 3 laps. And we need to be 250 yards ahead as well. So that's 1 car already. There we are, 2. Come on, Tone. Now I have been getting this braking point wrong, so I need to brake maybe a little bit earlier. Seven. So 6 cars left to overtake. There we go. Five cars to overtake. Oh man, we are looking so good. Why was stage 4 so silly? Alright, so 2 laps to go. 5 cars to overtake. I could do with overtaking at least 3 cars on this lap. That's 1. Oh, I reckon we're catching back Marcus as well. Might get a little bit tricky, or then again it might help us out, one or the other. That's going to help us out. Oh no, he's not a back marker, he's just a slow car. Good grief, we're into 3rd. Remember, I've got to be 250 yards ahead. Can't actually see first, but I've got a lap to catch them and overtake them. Oh, good grief. He's going to be nowhere to be seen. still don't... Oh, there he is. Foot down, work hard. 250 yards is going to be hard though, I reckon. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. Oh well, we'll just give it our best shot. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh, I tell you what, you don't get any closer than that. I reckon that was 251 yards. There we go. Blimey. After yesterday, and then I do the first... Oh, do you know what? I give up with this game sometimes. Anyway, let's have a look at the chat. Chanel Ellis joins the chat. Welcome along. Says, is it on Android? Well, I'm playing on Apple, but the game is also available on Android. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the question. 29,400, 63,450 dollars earned today. You can see now why I put me game down yesterday. I'd reached the daily cap of dollars, and I've come back absolutely flying. So whereas yesterday I was thinking, I hate this car, I hate this event, I don't like it, I don't know why I started it. Today I'm buzzing. There we go, 100%. Stage 5 completed. The rewards are 70,000 dollars. Thank you very much. 25 gold. Thank you very much again. 2,000 VP, well, that's very kind of you, and a skip. Sorry, I'm being cruel. The MCLAREN Artura GT4 in white. But there we go. Victory. So another event completed. That one overall was a hard event. I think it would have taken 3 hours from start to end. Realistically though, it's another example of the problem with motorsports $M cap. You just can't complete, I think, a motorsports event in one sitting because you hit your daily cap. Anyway, let's see what Natalia has to say. And there you have it, champ. You've done it. You've won the championship. And as promised, the MCLAREN is all yours now. You've earned it. Congratulations. You're not just a champion, you're the owner of the new Artura GT4. Enjoy your new ride. Well, that's very kind of her. Thank you very much. There we go. There we go. Event completed. Gold is looking good. 2,585. Boom. Let's go into this car's series, which is Race for Glory. We did start this on Tuesday. We're at 15%. We've got 3 cars to have a go. I think what we'll do is we'll start off with the Artura. If you remember, I did say that I thought the only way that you could get first in the speed record is if you had the Artura. So let's give that a go. 180 miles to beat. Let's see if we can do it. Now we will be racing the other cars. We'll put this car into service, but she will be back because I intend to race for another 1 hour and 30 minutes just in this series. And you can see how much quicker this car is than those other 2 cars, even though the PR is only a couple points better. There we go. Already got first. There we go. So, undefeated. I honestly thought this was going to have me today. I thought I've got to spend some more upgrades. But just blew stage 5 out the park. So yeah, so the banana skins are, and it's a bit weird, goal 4, whoops a daisy, goal 4 and stage 2, and frankly the whole of stage 4. So there we go, $10,950 Now I say I'm going to race for, I'm doing myself a disservice there. I'm going to race until the $M total is up to the cap of 250,000 for the day. Do you know what? I don't think I even need to service the car. I'm going to leave it unserviced. Let's see what this car can do when it needs servicing against races that have such a lower PR in comparison. Look at that, 54.6. Now in fairness, this is the BMW. Okay, fine. So this is the problem. I do think they need to fix this. And if literally, let me show you what I mean. If you go to road collection, and literally if you just go to any, I'll start off with amateur just because it's, yeah. Maybe that's a bad example. Yeah, look, Tony, you chose the bad example. I did, didn't I? Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what most of the game is like. Showcase. So, time trial for the BMW, showcase for the BMW. Let's go into season 4. Let's choose this one. Where the time trial is. Time trial for the Lamborghini, showcase for the Lamborghini. Time trial for the Porsche, showcase for the Porsche. Time trial for the McLaren, showcase for the McLaren. That's how it should be. But for some reason, bearing in mind, we go to motorsports, we select GT4, we go into race for glory, we select tier 4. It doesn't tell you it's a showcase, but it obviously is, because you can only select one car. Needs fixing, that does. It's a silly little bug in my opinion, and all it is lazy presentation. But hey, we can race this car. The McLaren will be back shortly. So hopefully the gold earning isn't over for today, and also fingers crossed we'll put ourselves within this series on the path for an opportunity of earning more gold tomorrow. It's all about the gold. Ozil says, did you upgrade the BMW experience driving with gold? It's not worth it, right? It's in the motorsport section track master. Well, I may have done now, but to begin with, I most definitely wouldn't have done. As I said at the beginning, when you're new to the game, do your absolute best to avoid spending gold upgrading cars. Sometimes you might have to do it, but how you should look at it is, from memory, when you're racing in a series, you need to get in the top 3 in so many of the races to open up the next series. That has to be your focus to begin with. Alex says, are you in the EA program or whatever it's called? No, no, not at all. I have no affiliation with EA other than the fact that I'm playing this game. Right, there we go. 17% onto Speed Snap. 109 miles needs to be the speed of this car as I cross the finish line. Let's give it a go. There we go. Quite a bit over. Okay. There we go. Time trial opened. Well, we may as well complete the final race in this tier, which is technically a showcase for the BMW, even though it doesn't say it is. Let's do the Cup. It requires a minimum PR 54.6. It's the Grand Prix circuit at Red Bull Ring. My car is at 63.7, so hopefully that should be relatively straightforward. 3 laps to do. Is it 16 or 22 cars? There's the answer. 22 cars in total. Let's race. Alex asks, have you got any Australian supercars? I think we do have. We'll have a look in a minute. I'm sure there's an Australian supercars section. We've got Mount Panorama as one of the tracks. I'm sure there's an Australian section. You might argue they're not Australian supercars, but you know, that's real racing for you. Okay, so we're in 4th. I can see me being in 1st before the end of lap 1. Up into 3rd. All right. There we go, into 1st. So just got 2 laps to do. A little bit boring because I'll be out on my own. I suppose the question is, can we catch back markers? I'm going to suggest not. That won't happen. Let's give it a go. Tell you what though, I cannot believe in the end how easy the last 3 goals were in stage 5 for the McLaren. I mean, when I say they were easy, they weren't that easy, but I did them first time on each of them. I really did expect another struggle session this evening. I will say this, I don't know the people that race on like a phone. It's so much better racing on a bigger screen. I used to race on an iPad mini and I moved away from it, and now racing an iPad Air. I do have AirPlay, so I could watch on a bigger screen, but I always find there's just a little delay. And for someone that is a little bit older and his reaction times aren't the best, It's amazing that I can see that, but I guess as a result, that's where the problem is, because my reaction times are not brilliant. Ozil is asking a few questions, which is a bit of a surprise because he never asks any questions ever. He's normally so quiet in the chat. I'll get to those shortly. Got to have a look. So after this race, I've got to have a look at the Australian Supercars just to confirm that does exist. I'm pretty sure it does. And then I'll look at your questions. And then we'll carry on racing as well. Right, if this car needs servicing, I'm not going to service it because it gives us the opportunity of completing this car's time trial with the car, even though it's not particularly fast, because you just need to get around cleanly. You don't have to set the fastest lap when it's a time trial in a series. Right, Australian Supercars, let's take a look. So already 107,000 and something. $3 million M, back up to $3 million M. Look at that car, almost needs servicing, right on the edge. One could argue it does need servicing. We're not going to service it just yet. Next tier has opened up. 21%, almost to our next reward. Yes, I'm sure there was an Australian Supercars. There we go. Supercars featuring Australian Supercars. There we go. So we've got, let's have a look. The Nissan Altima, the Ford Falcon, the Holden Commodore ZB in that. Pretty much the same again in the next set. Earlier versions, 2017. Yeah, so basically it's the same car from 2016 through to 2018. So there you go, there's the answer to that question for you. Ozil says, I have $2 million M. Now I spend $1.5 million on F1 2019. Should I complete another one in that series? Then I will be left with 500,000 M. What I would do, if you can do it, is you always want to be on the higher side of everything that you've got. So ideally, you don't want to drop below $2 million M. So you want to be doing racing that pushes that amount up. So do your daily racing on M dollars. Same with R dollars. You want to make sure you've got at least, I mean, I would say 5 million R dollars, but obviously when you're just starting out, it takes you a bit of time to get up to there. And obviously in terms of gold would be the same. Make sure you've got at least 1,000 gold. Ideally, you'd want 2,000 gold before you start doing the events, just so you've got a little bit to fall back on. But there we go. Ozil says the third stage should be the fourth stage, and second should be third. Fourth should be second. Well, quite possibly. Fourth should be second. The first stage should be the fourth stage, and the second should be the third. The fourth stage was the hardest stage. What are you on about? Blimey. The second stage should be the third stage. Possibly. You see, again, there's no hard or fast rule to do with how they do it. I don't know what they go through, what their mind, what the thought process is. I think it's sometimes the case they go, we're bored of just making you win a race, so we need to do something a bit silly. And I think stage 4 resulted in lots of silly racing as a result. There's not a lot you can do about it. It's in their hands. It's whatever they do. Oh, last stage should be second, sorry, and fourth should be last. I wouldn't necessarily argue with you. The only thing is, you don't end with a win. And you know, that's the problem. That's the problem. What they realised is you couldn't just go through stage 4 winning all the races, so they did lots of silly races instead. There was a degree of racecraft, I'd say, in stage 4, but for me, it's luck, and once you've done it a few times, you can suss out what the cars are going to do. So the problematic race that I had in stage 4 was, I think, when I had to finish 15th, and I started 17th, I think it was, and I just overtook the first two cars. And what I should have done is, which is how I completed that particular goal, is I held back, stayed in 17th, wait for the cars in front to sort themselves out. So the slowest ones were in front of me, and then once all the faster cars had overtaken the slower ones, I just overtook the slower ones, so I could finish easily in 15th. But it's one of those things you sort of have to figure it out as you go. Alois says, "How much gold required for the upcoming event?" If you mean the one I've just done, which is the race day McLaren Artura GT4, $M cost was 2.3 million, and gold was 460. If you're talking about the one coming up this weekend, I don't know is the honest answer. Off the top of my head, I will have that information when I do the limited series, which will be next week. It obviously it unlocks. I think it's on Sunday. It unlocks. I'll look to do that in 2 parts, and I will do it, I think, Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Okay, right. Let's go back to motorsports. Let's go back to GT4. I see some more questions. I'll do another race, and then I'll have a look at the questions again. 21% for Race for Glory. I'm going to do in Tier 6. I'm going to use the McLaren, even though it requires servicing, because I think, in fact, if you compare it to the BMW, it's still as good as the BMW. So I reckon it's still going to be able to win some of these races. So speed record around Monza. It is the junior course. 184. Now, watch this, because I think we can do this quite easily. I think it said 190 was the top speed this car can do at the moment. Let's have a look, see what we can do. So, as it's a speed record where the fastest part of the track technically is at the end of the straight on which the start line is on, you never actually get there at full pace. So I'm going to start behind the start line. So I'll literally start the race absolutely flying and hopefully get first. There is a possibility I won't, because it is close to the limit for the car as it needs servicing. That third, second, probably won't get first though, but only because it needs servicing. But we'll take second. Otherwise this car would have blown it out the water, and I think that's what we're going to find with a lot of these races, is that the McLaren is so much better than the other 2 cars. You can use the other cars to get a second or a third, but you'll need this car to get a first. Or a second if it needs servicing. Ozil says, I saw yesterday what it would take to max out the Absolute when it has the 50% discount. 850 gold and 1.9 million dollars. I mean, that doesn't sound too bad, does it? Ozil says, should I do this, max it out, or should I do it step by step? if you've got the ability to do so, max it out. Take advantage, because A, you win the car, B, you get gold back and $R back from winning the car in the event. C, you then open up the series the car is in. Did I do a B? So A, you win the car. B, you earn gold in the event. C, you open up the series, and if you've got it 100%, you can complete the series. And D, you open up the exclusive series for that car. Now, you won't get back completely 850 gold, but you'll make a massive dent in that. You'll get probably 150, 200, 300 gold back, maybe, something like that. Virtual Medical Doctor Iaka says next update is almost 2 months away. It's a long season in this time. Yes. And this is the problem when you have 8 weeks and only 2 cars to win. And you obviously have your main car won normally in the first couple of days. And Ozil says in terms of my A, B, C and D, he says, and E, I get 2 times servicing. Yeah, that's a good point. Twice the durability. Very good point. Well made. And that's why I'm saying you don't do the Bugatti just yet. Carry on saving, carry on growing your gold and your R and do the Jesco first, because that's the one that's going to give you the maximum return. Whereas the Sentadici, realistically, you're only going to upgrade it to 3 across the board. Right, okay, so 22%. Let's use the McLaren again on elimination. It should still be good enough to at least finish in the top 3 on the basis that it's the better car, even when it needs, technically it needs servicing. See, there you go, look at that. Look at that, we're in first already. So sometimes you can have a lot of fun with a new car when you've when you've won it, especially if it's the top car in a series. Because even if you find it needs servicing, quite often it's still good enough to win some of the earlier races, and that's what I'm finding here. It's literally blowing the opposition out of the water. So yes, we only got second on the speed record, but we're going to win the elimination quite easily. Now, I'd say the only race it doesn't work very well on, that strategy of a car having so much more higher PR and therefore it can win even if it needs servicing, is drag race, because drag race is all about acceleration and top speed. So you might struggle to get anywhere in a drag race with a car that, technically speaking, needs servicing. Oh, so close. And in fairness, I'm not flying far ahead of second, but I am ahead. And I am definitely now, at the very least, on the podium. There we go. That should guarantee first place. There we go. First place in the bag. Ozil says, if I can complete the Jesco with 0 upgrades, I bet you don't, means you can complete any event in the game with max Jesco and no servicing. I'd say no on that. So I get what you're saying, and again, you're sort of right because the Jesco is so fast. But where it's going to struggle to win the events are going to be things like speed record and drag race, when you absolutely do need your acceleration to be top notch and your speed to be top notch as well. So if you do have a Jesco that needs servicing, it probably specifically won't win those two events. The other thing I find it will struggle at as well, just to add to that, will be endurance, especially if you're racing online because you're competing against other copies of other human beings. And you might also struggle with Hunter. Ozil says, you bet I can? Well, I'm not going to bet. But I'm telling you now, you won't. I doubt it very much. But best of luck if you do. Well done. Report back here. But I'm not going to bet any money. I'm not that stupid. Okay, so we sit at 24% in Race for Glory. We may as well have an attempt at doing the Cup with the McLaren. It's the Sebring International Raceway, the Grand Prix circuit. It's only 2 laps. It will be interesting how we do. I think if I fail to finish in the top 3, at that point I will look to service the car. Fine, whatever. Right, okay, right. So Ozil's getting a little bit cocky in the chat, and he's saying, guess what? I am going to do it with 0 upgrades. Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to do it with 0 upgrades, start the event before the 50% discount. By the way, if you get that wrong, it means A, you don't win the car, and B, you then can't apply the 50% discount to the car because you won't own it. So, yeah, good luck with that one. So that's my challenge. If you think you can do it with 0, you don't need to wait for the 50% discount, which, by the way, I would if I was you. I'm just saying, don't fall on your sword. Now look at that. The car, even though it needs servicing, is indeed in the lead. Now it is only 2 laps. Sebring is now my favourite track in the game. I don't actually like the cut down version of Sebring, but I like the full Grand Prix circuit. Oops, slightly off track there. Alright, so we are 100 yards in the lead. Second lap and final lap. Just got to get round relatively cleanly. It's a cracking example of a car needing servicing, yet still capable in the earlier tiers to win a race. And I forgot to brake there. Not going to lie, forgot to brake. Go, final part of the second lap. There we go. Boom. So Ozil says, just like you wouldn't bet money on some silly bet, I won't take the risk of losing a precious car for the same reason. Wise words. Wise words. Okay, there we go. So that is 25%. Or over 25%. And therefore, a reward. Now, I haven't actually been paying attention to my end dollars. I best take a look, see where we are. 104, so we got 100,000 left to earn today. Okay, so let's do the BMW. It's time trial. We'll do this time trial and then we'll put this car in servicing. I'm going to do my best not to use the Nissan because it's unofficial showcase event or showcase tier is coming up and I'll need it for that. Being the only car you can race in that particular tier. Now this is the time trial. All you have to do is get round it cleanly. So obviously the weekly time trial, you need a car that's well serviced and is upgraded as much as you can, so you can set the fastest time, because the faster the time, the more gold you earn. But on a time trial within a series, no gold to be earned, and therefore who really cares? It's just about marking it as complete, so that your completion percentage goes closer to either 25%, 50%, 75% or 100%. Oh dear. And I went off track there. And obviously that results in you earning gold through completing one of those completion percentage levels. Now I'm going to have to do this again because I went off track, so it would not have counted. But I do need to be careful because this car isn't fully upgraded, so I've only got 3 drive tokens available in total, and I've just used up the second one. Sometimes that's what happens when I talk too much. It's a little warning saying, Tony, race, don't talk. Okay, so it is another car one. Another car added to the motorsports garage this time. The only other event that I can win a car in this particular release is the other new car, the other McLaren, which I am intrigued about. So I'm looking forward to that. That is in a limited time series, and that comes out in, I believe, a couple of weeks' time. Almost went off again there. There we go. That is the end of the time trial and the end of this car for today. I think I'll have a drink. Oh, just hit my mouse there. So I had missed what Ozil had said. So he basically was a little bit cheeky with his bet and said checkmate. And then I obviously replied with, I said, well, why don't you do it without the discount then if you're that cocky? And he says, he's gone back to humble mode. Very good. I like the humour. I like the humour. Ozil says, show how much hours you played. Well, right, okay. Let me tell you something about this. It's not the number of hours I've played. Because literally, I think it's 2 years of my life. And I haven't played for 2 years. I'll show you it, and you'll be amazed. And I'll tell you what's actually happened. Where is it? It's in here, isn't it? Is it in here? No. Where is it? Can never remember where it is. Where is it? Is it in that bit? No, I've forgotten where it is. No, it's in. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. No, I've forgotten where it is. Where is it? Oh, right, you did see it, right. Okay, so it was in there. Oh, yeah, total time played. Right, so you see there, it says basically 755 days. That's not true. So you see right now, I'm not playing, and the counter goes up. So it's talking about if the game is open. So quite often, right, what I'll do is obviously on a daily basis, I like to earn some additional gold. So, but who wants to just be playing the adverts? It's boring. So I just leave the iPad open, and when I have an opportunity just to play a video so I can collect a gold, that's what I do. So realistically, that's not accurate. That doesn't represent how much time I've been playing this game. It just represents how much time the game has been opened. Ozil says I'm at 2 days. That's 2 days you'll never get back. Look at me. It's 3 years almost. It isn't. That's not true. Look, I'm talking now. I'm not playing. Look, my hands are here, and the time's still going up. So it's not accurate. I've just turned my camera off now. There you go. Back on. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, we were back in motors. In fact, you know what? Let's go the quick way. There you go. Right, 28%. The BMW is now being serviced. We're on to tier 7. I'm going to carry on using the McLaren. Let's see how far it can go. As I said, the moment it stops finishing the top 3, I'll put it away. As in, I'll service it. We've been racing for over an hour then. What I will do is keep going until we hit the $M total. But you know what? I'm now a happy chappy because I own the car, and it only cost me $2.5 million M and 460 gold. I don't think this is going to win. It's nowhere near, is it? There we go. That's the end of this car then. Oh! That might have got 4th though. He got 2nd. Do you know what? It's not the end of this car. It's carrying on. $3,400 That's not bad at all. For a car that needs servicing, that's pretty impressive. It wasn't even close as well. As in to third, there was no way I was getting third. 3 seconds quicker than third. Right, we'll carry on then if that's the case. Carry on. Head to head. I like my head to heads. All head to heads should be one race only. See that? Look, look. It's so much better than the other cars, even when it needs servicing. Oops, off track. Still ahead though, 100 and a bit yards ahead. So we are going to get first with this car on the head-to-head. I like it. There we go, first. That wasn't even close again. Ozil says, that's exactly what I did today. I left my phone on and kept doing my work. Whenever I felt I ran an ad, that's how I got 800,000 R dollars and 130 gold. Wow. Blimey. There you go. Yeah, I've never got that much, to be fair. I mean, what do I get at the moment? I mean, I'm on double for a video, for an advert, so I get 40 gold a day, and I don't know, what's that, 200, 300, close to 400,000 R dollars a day, which again I don't need, but you have to go through the R dollars to get the gold. That's the problem with adverts. Right, there we go. So that is first on head to head, 31%. Let's have a go at the Porsche on-road circuit. 3 laps. 3 laps. Let's give it a go. So now that we have this car, we like this car. Do you know what I should do? See what it looks like in a McLaren orange. I'm sure it will have an option for McLaren orange. I won't put it on because I think they'll be charging something like 13, 14, 15 gold. So I don't like doing that, but we'll have a look. Right, we're easily into 6. Third, second, first again before the end of lap 1. Being the short track at the Porsche test track, it will be a quick race. Now then, I've just noticed there, because the car is needing servicing, the grip wasn't the best there, and my eyesight wasn't the best there as I hit the barrier. $200 yards ahead now. This car can go all day. There we go. 400 yards ahead a second. This is crazy. For a car that absolutely needs servicing. In fact, we've even caught back markers. That's just silly. There we go. We call that a victory. Oh, Ozil just goes on to explain that they did do some racing as well. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Right, 177,000 M dollars earned. We're heading towards the M dollar cap. I'm not sure what's going to come first, not being able to race any of the cars because they can't win anymore, or the M dollar cap. 33%. I don't think I'm going to get to 50% today, but I should do tomorrow, and that will mean 15 gold. And I won't be spending any gold now until Monday. So we can start boosting that gold total. Alright, we're going to do the endurance with the McLaren. Have we got any 9.7? You see, that might be quite difficult. We have got some copies of human competitors, but 9.7 isn't a massive amount, and I would expect to beat that if I had this car serviced. Again, I'm just going to put my foot down and see what I can do. One mile done already. Really close. Okay. Right, so we need at least 3 laps, I'd say, to get first, and a bit. Okay, we're in 5th. Long way to go yet, we're not even halfway there yet.